Today's topic is going to be in the category of inner self-mastery. And the topic is about having a strong and powerful mind and how you create your life with a powerful mind. So first, let's talk about the importance of having a strong mind, having a powerful mind. What a lot of people don't fully realize is that we create our reality with our mind. We create our character with our mind. We create how people perceive us and follow our leadership with our mind. And men who have a strong mind tend to have strong discipline because discipline comes from mental discipline. When people use the word discipline, oh, are you disciplined? Do you get up, go to the gym, eat healthy, be on a schedule, a work schedule? You can't be disciplined in your actions if you're not first disciplined in your mind. So having discipline in your thoughts is a precursor to having discipline in your habits. Another reason why a strong mind is important is for your mental health. I've been in the world of mental health issues as I healed from a physical chronic illness, and I was in a lot of healing communities. And a lot of those healing communities had people with really deep mental health issues. And one thing I've seen is that many mental health challenges are linked to a weak mental state. With a strong mind, with a powerful mind, you're able to be more intentional about what you do, be more connected to your truth, be more comfortable in your own skin. And all of these things lead to better mental health, right? Inner peace, empowerment, confidence. And the last reason why a strong mind is really important, and by the way, it's not just these three reasons. I can give you at least 20, but we'll stick to these core three reasons. The last one is how other people perceive you and respect you. When a man has a strong mind, people are more likely to trust him. People are more likely to follow him. People are more likely to want to put their faith in him, right? You think about it in the workplace. If you have a manager or an executive who's waffling all the time, who's not sure of himself, who's not sure of his ideas, his assertions, his leadership, people are going to talk shit on him. People are going to doubt him. People are going to try and outmaneuver him, disrespect him, override him, right? But if you have a man who's got a strong mind, everyone in the company knows he's capable, he's competent. What he says works. What he says gets results. It gets things done. The way he communicates is intentional and it gets through to people. People are more likely to trust this man, trust this leader, and follow this man and follow this leader. The same goes in relationships, and it's big time in dating and relationships. A woman will feel so safe with a man with a strong mind. I would say this is a top 3 quality that at a subconscious primal level, women are looking for, attracted to, and testing for in a man. It's his strength of mind. Is she going to be able to change his mind, make him weak, manipulate him, outmaneuver him, put him in her frame? All of these are very unattractive qualities to women. Sure, a woman still might date you if you have a weak mind, but it's the type of woman who's in a place where she wants to control a man, lead a man, keep herself safe by being controlling, by being closed, by not opening herself, by not trusting or surrendering. So a man with a strong mind, in the eyes of a pure woman, an unwounded woman, is a man who's very attractive, because a pure feminine woman loves that a man is the mind of the relationship and she can be the heart of the relationship, that he's a leader, that he'll make decisions to bring more success and to bring more protection to her and her kids or future kids, because he has this strong mind, that he cannot be outwitted or outmaneuvered by others, that he's going to be the man who outwits and outmaneuvers. Those are very attractive qualities. So you're doing this, you're creating this strong mind for a variety of reasons, right? You're doing it to create your life intentionally. You're doing it to boost your mental health, and you're doing it to earn the trust and respect of those who follow your lead. So to get into the how of creating a strong mind, we have to first talk about the 3 types of thinking. There's 3 types of thinking. There's mind wandering, there's unintentional thinking, and there's intentional thinking. And in order to have a strong mind, you must master the art of intentional thinking. So first, let's talk about the mind wandering and unintentional thinking. These are the way your brain sabotages you to be a lower version of yourself, to act out of character, to play smaller and lesser and not achieve your goals, not achieve your dreams and vision. The brain is designed to play tricks on us. And we have 60,000 approximately thoughts a day. So we have all these thoughts coming through. And the big problem which a lot of people have is they identify with all of their thoughts. They believe that all of their thoughts are their truth. And that's not accurate. That is a big mistake. We have thoughts that are real and true. We have thoughts that are untrue and maybe sabotage techniques, survival mechanism techniques. And we have thoughts that are just random thoughts, fantasy, fear, having visions about things, and they're not even grounded in reality at all. So around the unintentional thoughts and the mind wandering, these are basically a part of the brain called the default mode network, which is not firing correctly. And when the default mode network is not firing correctly, we tend to have a lot of unintentional thoughts and mind wandering. So the mind wandering can be being in fantasy, daydreaming about something, worrying through fear, having a lot of worry about something, being a perfectionist and thinking about getting it right, planning for the future, creating a story about what something means that's not really grounded in clarity or reality. And there's a variety of things. So mind wandering just puts us all over the place and we get lost in fantasy, right? Unintentional thoughts are thoughts that we're not at a higher level intentionally creating with our mind. They're thoughts that just come out of nowhere. Oh, maybe I should do this. Okay, I was planning on working today, but actually I'll go to the beach. Oh, I was planning on going to the beach, but actually I got to work. And they're just thoughts that you're not intentionally putting there. They may be thoughts when you're dating and you see a woman and you start judging her for something that doesn't even align with your view, or you start putting her on a pedestal and trying to impress her because of some false thinking that's coming in your mind that really isn't aligned with your truth and your strength. So unintentional thoughts are thoughts that are your thoughts, but they're not thoughts you're really with higher awareness putting out there. They're thoughts that are just falling in your head, coming to you. Mind wandering is more of just random thoughts that make no sense. Unintentional thoughts are thoughts that make sense, but they're still sabotaging you. They're still not giving your brain what it needs or what you want at a deeper level. It's just giving you random thoughts. So it's important to understand that there are some thoughts in the brain to believe and there's some thoughts in the brain to not believe. And when you're caught in mind wandering and unintentional thinking, it's a major form of self-sabotage. It's a major way that people don't live out their dreams. They don't follow their plans. They don't achieve their goals. They don't attract the people they want in their life because of this mind wandering and unintentional thinking. Imagine if you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself, today, I want to get 4 hours of work done, 2 hours on upgrading my marketing strategy and 2 hours recording videos. And then later, I want to take another 2 hours to go out and talk to women. That's what I want to do today. Then it comes to about 10 minutes before time to start working. And you start thinking, oh, I haven't talked to my cousin in a year. I need to talk to my cousin. You go, you call your cousin, you talk for 30 minutes, and now you've cut into those 30 minutes. Maybe you start working for 30 minutes on your marketing strategy. Then you realize, oh man, I haven't eaten yet today. Let me go eat. You cut into another 30 minutes of your marketing strategy, right? Then later you go out to talk to women and you tell yourself, oh, I gotta buy this from the store right now. Let me go buy this from the store. When you have mind wandering, you have unintentional thinking, you lose your intention. And when you lose your intention, you're not able to stay on track with your initial vision and your initial declaration of what you will do or who you will be. So mind wandering and unintentional thinking can be a form of sabotage to not do what you say you're going to do, to not follow through on your plans, to not execute on your vision, to also not be in your natural true character, right? You can make excuses to you believe in something, but the mind wandering, the unintentional thinking can make you act in a different way, out of character, act in a different way, out of your beliefs. So the actions you take, the character, the behavior, the presence you have is impacted by your mind wandering and your unintentional thinking. And you start to just sway out of alignment with your intentions, with your declarations, and even with yourself. And that is a huge self-sabotage technique. So now we've described what constitutes a weak mind. I'd like to talk more about what constitutes a strong mind, a powerful mind. I mentioned earlier that a powerful mind is good for many things. It's good for living the life you want to live, for having optimal mental health, and for being a good leader. And having a strong mind, a powerful mind, comes from intentional thinking. What is intentional thinking? Intentional thinking is the ability to have first an empty mind, a mind that's not thinking, it's not going into mind wandering, it's not going into unintentional thoughts. It's present, it's empty. And part of that will be you inhabiting awareness in your body, because when you have awareness in your body, your breath, your legs, your belly, you're able to cut the mental loops and the mind wandering in your mind a lot easier. So when you put your awareness in your belly, when you put your awareness in your legs, in the ground, in the lower half of your body, and then you hold an empty mind, you just empty your mind, then you can come to presence. And when you're at a state of inner emptiness in your mind and inner presence, at that point, you're able to put intentional thoughts into your brain. What are intentional thoughts? Intentional thoughts are thoughts that are aligned with your vision, your plan, and your intentions. So if you say, okay, today I'm going to go and have a Zoom call with a client for a potential sale, a sales call. And on that sales call, I'm going to do the first half hour talking about this, the second half hour talking about this. And then each half hour is going to be broken into 10-minute segments. You take that plan, you drop into your body, you empty your mind, and you just know that 6-step plan, and you follow that plan. 1, okay, 10 minutes has passed. Step number 1, okay, 10 minutes has passed. Step 2, okay, 10 minutes has passed. Now I'm moving to 3. It's this higher level awareness that you're putting thoughts, plans, and actions in your mind ahead of time. You're visualizing them, and then you're acting on them. Another example, in the case of maybe you're a single man and you want to go talk to women, you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do a 10-minute meditation to drop into my best presence, my best energy states. Then I'm going to walk around this mall for 30 minutes. Then I'm going to go walk around this place for 20 minutes. If I see a woman who fits this description, X, Y, and Z, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to have a conversation with her, and I'll get her number. And you just plan these things out. You create intentional thoughts. Maybe you're camping, and this actually happened to me. And you see that there's like animals around, and you've left the barbecue grill dirty at night. And you just say, okay, I got to get out. I got to scare the animals away. I got to focus on cleaning the barbecue. You got to close the barbecue, get the food out of the way. Again, shoosh any animals away, come back. So it's about putting these thoughts about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it with the highest level of awareness and the highest level of intention. And when you continuously put intentional thoughts in your mind, again, thoughts that align with your vision, your mission, your intentions, and the type of life you want to live and the type of man you want to be, when your thoughts relate to who you are and what your intentions are, when your thoughts are absolutely just a product of the highest level of awareness of who you want to be, what you want to do, and what results you want to attain, what you want to achieve, that's when you start to manifest your vision. That's when your life starts to go according to plan. That's where you start to execute on your plan. So when you're able to have this level of intentional thinking, it allows you to be, instead of falling all over the place, getting pulled in different directions through mind wandering, through unintentional thinking, you're able to stay focused. You're able to stay dialed in on what the plan is, what the action is, and put in thoughts that take you further. So I would say that intentional thinking is one of the biggest traits, if not the biggest trait, of being a man. The difference between stronger and weaker men is a strong mind or a weak mind. And the difference between having a strong mind or a weak mind is intentional thinking. So if you want to be that man who's respected by others, who women are attracted to, who actually follows through on his plans, who executes on his goals, who sees results from his plans, his intentions, and his declarations, you have to master the art of intentional thinking. So you're gonna ask me how, Carl, how do I master intentional thinking? You master intentional thinking through meditation and through embodiment work. When you're constantly focusing on bringing your mind out of the mind wandering, out of the going from place to place, out of the fantasy, back to presence, back to focus, back to awareness, that's how you train your brain to have a strong mind, to be able to have intentional thinking. Remember, I told you earlier that the default mode network is this part of the brain that creates mind wandering and unintentional thinking. So when you meditate, you actually create the default mode network to function correctly, to operate correctly. Remember, I told you when you have mind wandering and unintentional thinking, there's a little bit of dysfunction in your default mode network. But when you meditate daily, consistently, with real focus, with real clarity, with real power, then you're able to have the default mode network function correctly, and you're able to have the ability to have an empty mind and more intentional minds. Now, there are different forms of meditation for different purposes. You want to focus on ones that bring you into concentration, and you want to focus on meditations that bring you into having an empty mind. What I just gave you is some of the most valuable information you can possibly have. If you can develop a strong mind, you will be the creator of your life. You will be the director of your life, and life won't just happen to you. You won't just have bad luck. You won't just have unexpected things happen to you. Your reality, if you have chaos in your life, if you get chaos from women and you can't handle women, if you can't follow through on your business goals, if your mental health is all over the place, it's directly attributable to your mind, and it's something that you can do something about. People think they can't fix their reality because something just happened to them. No, it's the state of your mind. And when you fix your mind, you fix your life. So if you're interested in learning more around how I can help you, then feel free to check out the links below.